Okay, you have an LLC. What can you do to maximize the benefits? And what should you be doing to take care of the administrative parts of it? Let's have a conversation. Hey there, welcome to another conversation at the Cuban Hour. My name is Lawrence Turner, everybody calls me LT. Hey, listen, this is a place where we have conversations, grown man conversation, about everyday life. So we want to teach, inspire, and educate, but do it by having a little bit of fun while we're doing all these things and having these conversations. Right now I'm smoking on, because I enjoy my cigars, I'm smoking on a Buffalo Trace and having some bourbon just to relax in the evening or the early evening and have conversation. So I hope things been going great in your life. This is 2025 and it's like the third quarter, about to go into the third quarter, 2025. Hope things been great for you, having a great year. If not, hey, all you can do is study, learn, and educate yourself so you can be better in 2026, because that's right around the corner. And speaking on that, I've had plenty of conversations. You know, I'm in the tax business. I own a tax firm called Quick Tax Service, and I help people all across the country with their taxes, whether it be tax planning, whether it be bookkeeping, tax preparation, helping up set up corporations. I do that all across the country. If you want to reach out to me, absolutely would love for you to hit me on my website, lawrenceturner.net. And also what I'd like for you to do, hey, listen, we got great content on just conversations about things. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, and also the bell so you can get notifications on when videos are coming out. But would love to have you as a subscriber to join the rest of our family on these conversations. But again, like what we was talking about, I was talking to quite a few people during tax season that they set up LLCs. They want to go into business and all that stuff. So people set up LLCs for themselves, and that's cool, but you want to make sure you understand what you're doing when you're setting up an LLC. When you set up an LLC, understand this. Ding! Understand this. Just by setting up an LLC does not automatically give you tax deductions. What setting up an LLC does is separate the liability. Like I said, it's limited liability. So it doesn't come after someone sues you through your business. It doesn't come after they can't come after your personal assets. That's why it's called limited liability corporation. But there's so many advantages of having your LLC set up the correct way. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you have your LLC classified through the IRS, by the IRS, as an S corporation, there's tremendous benefits at doing that, okay? Tremendous benefits. So, but it just depends on your situation, your income, your revenue, how your business is run. So you want to have a conversation with the person, whoever helped you set up your LLC, the person who does your taxes, your accountant, your CPA, whatever, to make sure having your LLC classified as an S Corp is the right thing to do at the time. Like most of the time in the beginning, probably not a good idea because you're just starting in business. So there's more than likely going to be losses in your business. So you have to pay attention to that. The other things you have to pay attention with your LLC is the administrative side of having an LLC. The administrative side. And what I mean by that is when you go into business, you have to keep track of your income, keep track of your expenses, and have records of your expenses, because the IRS could say, hey, listen, we want to see your records for these expenses you're claiming on your tax return. What? And if you don't keep good records, that's going to be a problem to you. And also understand that just having an LLC, it gets filed on a Schedule C on your personal tax return. So guess what you have to pay? It's called self-employment taxes. By having an S Corp, you can save money on self-employment taxes. What's the rate of self-employment taxes? 15.3%. That's what you have to pay on top of federal taxes. But that can be alleviated if you have your LLC classified as an S Corp. But don't be premature at setting up your LLC as an S Corp, because it could cost you money, because you have to do corporate tax return. You have to be on payroll and pay yourself a reasonable wage. Those are very important. You have to do that if you decide you want to classify your LLC as an S Corp. Things you got to take care of. That's money out of pocket, but it's going to save you a ton of money by having that. So have a conversation. Reach out to me. Have a conversation to see if having your LLC as an S Corp, is it a good idea? Also, when I talked about records, this having records and doing those things, expenses of income, you should, in due time, have yourself a bookkeeper, someone who manages, or someone who take care and keeps track of all your expenses and income, so you can focus on what you do best, and that's bring in revenue. Now, do you have to pay a bookkeeper? Yes, you do. But let's say you don't want to get a bookkeeper. You don't want to pay a bookkeeper. Guess what? You should be doing it. And I use a program for the clients I use, that I have bookkeeping clients for, is I use QuickBooks. And QuickBooks help me manage and track all the expenses and income my clients have. So at the end of the year, all I do is run a profit and loss, a balance sheet, and get their taxes done. It's a lot simpler instead of coming into the tax office with a box of receipts, or your expenses on your cell phone, or you looking through your bank account trying to find what expenses you had. All that could be alleviated if you just had bookkeeping system in place, whether it's through QuickBooks or whatever the case may be, a spreadsheet, however you do it, so you won't have to be focusing on that and stressing out at tax season. You don't need to be doing that. You should be focusing on making money. So that's the administrative part, is making sure you have a bookkeeper. Make sure you keep track of your expenses and not have to focus on that every day, not have to focus on taxes all the time, because you have a bookkeeper, or you have QuickBooks in place to take care of all that stuff for you. And again, having an S corporation, man, you got to put yourself on wages. You got to do those type of things. Number two, there's some great deductions from having an S corporation. And again, I mentioned it earlier, 15.3%. You do not have to pay when your LLC is designated as an S corporation. And also, guess what? You can rent your home or apartment or place to your corporation, to your company, your LLC, that's an S Corp, and have that rental income as tax-free income, and you can write it off as an expense. How about that? What? That is awesome. The Augusta rule. I love it. I love it. I love it. Those are things you could take advantage of. But again, make sure you're setting up your LLC the correct way. Don't just go out there nilly-willy and get an EIN, then go to your state and set up an LLC. Sit down, have a conversation, and have a game plan how you want it structured, because that's going to save you tons of money if you structure it correctly, or you'll end up paying money if you don't set it up the correct way. The administrative side, get yourself a bookkeeper. Get someone to track your expenses while you go out there and make revenue and focus on that. And then take advantage of all the deductions, the expenses, the things that an LLC, that's an S corporation, brings to you. And all of this is legal. It's in the IRS regs, the code. It tells you you can do these things. Renting your house to your corporation for tax-free income and an expense to you. All these things are available to you. But again, reach out to me. If you don't have a person that you could talk to and have a conversation with, because these are grown man conversations. Everybody want to be an entrepreneur. But entrepreneur is hard work, but it's well worth it. It's well worth it. So reach out to me. Make sure you subscribe to me. Listen, hey, I enjoyed this conversation with you. I know I've been gone for a minute, but I've been busy traveling, spending time with family, and doing not much traveling, but a little bit of traveling, expanding my business, and just a lot of things. But what I did miss is coming in from the camera and talk to my subscribers and let them know, hey, let's have a conversation, grown man conversation. So listen, I hope you guys are doing well. Don't forget, subscribe, reach out to me, lawrenceturner.net, and let's talk. Let's see what we can do to put you in a position so you can conquer the rest of 2025 and go into 2026 with a bang. Great seeing you, great having you. Hey, love seeing you. And again, see you at the top because you know it's always crowded at the bottom. Peace.